You guys can deal with this face, right? Because I'm not fixing it. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Bruna, and I am completely and utterly exhausted. Day 1 of this just beautiful week was Tuesday. This was the September 2nd, that one, yeah. And it was the day before the big day. So I had soccer practice at like 3, which was unusual since usually we have soccer practice at like 8 a.m., which is like too early to be doing physical activity. That was weird. And then on the 3rd was the big day. It was my first day of school at this new place, and it was slightly terrifying. First, let's talk about my geometry teacher, since she's the last period and we're going backwards in life because, you know, it's me and my channel, so obviously everything is backwards here. No offense to you if you're watching. You're probably not watching. Why would you be watching? She's a little bit, just a little bit, insane. Like, her teaching method, I like her teaching method. It's really good. She has us read the little explanation in the book of how to solve the problem, and then we do the homework, which is actually classwork, in class. That way we have like people to help us with it. It's a very smart teaching style, but that's not what makes her crazy. But basically what happens is she'll be talking a completely normal sentence, and then she'll start laughing, and then she'll start crying in the middle of the sentence while she's still talking. For example,
so, well, guys, we're gonna do homework. Well, not really homework, classwork. You know what I mean? It's confusing, you know?
Obviously over-dramatized, but you get the gist. French class is difficult, but not in the sense that the French is difficult, in the sense that I'm with all sophomores. In case you didn't know, I am a freshman, and I am the new kid, and the teacher decided to point that out. And it was terrifying. She was that one teacher that was like,
oh, and this is the new kid. Her name is Bruna. What's your next class?
And then I was like, lunch. And then she was like,
who else has lunch next period? Because, you know, new kids are always so difficult to be new, and you can make friends, and so invite her to sit with you at lunch. Who has lunch next period? Oh, you do? Okay, why don't you show her around and over there and ask her to sit with you and your friends? That way she can make friends, because obviously she can't do that on her own without my help.
Okay, maybe the last part was a little bit improvised, but you know, that's basically what happened. And the curriculum at my old school was different than the French curriculum here. Like, the French curriculum here starts in freshman year, but I started in 6th grade, so I've been taking 3 years of French, and I've learned different things in French. Like, I had not heard the phrase, or at least not like learned the phrase, ouvrir la porte. My French accent is just awful. Until I was in French, but otherwise, I knew what est-ce que was before they did. Like, I had learned it in 6th grade and they didn't know. I don't know, the curriculum must be like really messed up. I have no idea how to get around the school. Like, absolutely no idea. I've been there like 3 times before school started, and most of those times I was not actually in the building because I had soccer preseason for 3 hours outside on the field. So no, I don't know my way around the school. And to make it even more difficult, it's a high school and a middle school put together. Like, boom, they're both. Make your life more difficult. Luckily, it's kind of small school. There's like only 1 floor, which makes it so much easier. Like, at least you're not gonna ask a senior, hey, where's my class? And they tell you the 4th floor, and the school only goes up to 3 floors, and then you're looking for the 4th floor, but there is no 4th floor, because that's what would have happened in my old school, because I had 3 floors, not 4 floors, but the seniors would always tell you to go to the 4th floor. There is no 4th floor. Just an FYI. So there's that, but I still don't really know where I'm going. On the first, well, now I'm like kind of getting like more into it, like a little bit. I can like see my way and sort of either like somewhat navigate a little bit, like how to get from class to class. I'm doing okay in, as long as I know the room number. But on the first day, I was literally either asking people from soccer that I knew how, like, for directions, and they would like straight up bring me there and be like,
okay, follow me.
And I would be like, thank you, thank you,
thank you.
Or I would look at the room numbers and guess whenever I came to an intersection. And it worked absolutely great on the first day. Obviously, I didn't take like the best route to get from class to class, but sometimes I managed to get to all my classes, which is like a miracle. I don't even know how that happened. I didn't get lost even once. Like, I didn't know where I was the entire time, but I didn't like end up lost where like I never ended up in a place where I couldn't go anywhere, you know? Like, I always had a place where I would either like be like, okay, well, it looks like I should turn here because that's close to the room number, so it's probably in this hallway. There was never that instance. So I don't know, maybe it's just sheer luck. Maybe it's just I ran around in circles enough that I found it, but I was never late on the first day. Oh, and for lunch, there was like this huge crowd of like so many people, and they were just all like going to lunch, and I was like, okay, I didn't know where the crowd was going, by the way, but I heard two of the people like talking because they were friends and they were all buddy, and then they were like, oh yeah, lunch, blah blah blah, lunch, blah blah blah, lunch. So I'm like, they're probably going to lunch. I have lunch right now. I'm gonna follow them. And then I ended up in this huge crowd, and they just kind of like took me with them. Like, I didn't really have a choice in where I was going at that point. It was completely surrounded by people on all sides. And then they just like all brought me with them. And then I was like sucked in, and then I didn't know where I was going. I mean, was I even going to the right place? Was there just like a huge class of a bunch of different like upperclassmen, and like I didn't see anybody new, so like I didn't know anybody there, and I didn't know where I was going, and it was really confusing. But then somehow, magically, the entire crowd went to the cafeteria. And it was the most beautiful moment in my life. Yes, the soccer game. I had a soccer game today. We lost really, really badly, but like in the middle of it, I couldn't breathe. That wasn't fun. No. Yeah, it was really hot and really sunny and not at all enjoyable. I hope you guys don't have to go through that, because that was just bad. Like, I couldn't breathe at all. I was like there like and I was like, Bruna, you're probably just like, you know, faking it. You're probably fine. It's probably nothing. And then like this girl pushed me over and like slapped me in the face or something. Like, not really in the face, more like the ear. I don't know if she slapped me, but I felt something here and then it hurt. Like, not like hurt, but like it was kind of like uncomfortable-ish. I wasn't like majorly injured. Don't worry, guys. I'm so fine. I mean, as fine as this could be. But yeah, I was like, I thought I was just needed to push through and just needed to like keep going. And then the coach took me out because she was like, oh my god, is she okay? She doesn't look okay before, and now she doesn't look okay anymore. And she asked me, hey, you're doing okay? And I was trying to say, yeah, I'm doing fine. It's kind of difficult to breathe. Instead, like I was legit trying to say, it's a little hard to breathe, but I think I'm okay. And it came out, it's a little hard to breathe. So, not fun. But then after like I sat down and like drank water and like took really deep breaths, I was okay. There was no like 911 emergency or anything. I was okay. I was fine. I even thought that there was like nothing wrong, that I was just like a little tired, but like I was fine. I was fine. I'm fine. See, I'm fine. I'm breathing now. It's lovely. It's wonderful. Enjoy your breathing at home. You know, if you're watching this, kudos to you. You're breathing. Many claps for you for breathing, because I can't apparently. So I'm okay now though. No worries for me. And I have so many more first, second, and third day stories, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys, and I don't want this video to get boring as I get slightly less enthusiastic from just telling so many things that have happened. So I will leave it all for maybe a future video if you guys are into it. So yeah, I guess you guys are gonna see me next week on Friday if I manage to make it through then, because I have like 4 games next week. Bye! There's a fly in here. Shoo shoo. You're such an idiot. That's a window. You can't go through there.